going to talk about this cute little piece of tech, which is the USB-C Ethernet adapter.
2.5 gigabit.
Exactly.
And we've got this one here as well. Just double trouble in this market. We've got two different options here.
Doesn't look like it does a lot, but it's very, very handy. And we're going to show you why. Basically, Alan, you would plug this into your
USB-C port.
USB-C port in your laptop.
Yeah.
Which I don't have in my laptop because my laptop's very old. And then you've got this Ethernet slot here,
Yep.
port. You get your Ethernet cable, you plug that into here, listen for the click, and you know it's in. And put the other in your handy little port hub, like so.
Like so.
And there you have it. Now tell me, what is this doing?
So what you've just done with this, this is the Dub E250 and this is the Dub 2315. We have two different versions of this 2.5 gigabit Ethernet adapter. So if your laptop doesn't have Ethernet, or if your laptop does have Ethernet, the likelihood is that your ports will be limited to 1 gigabit. What Sophie has just done is upgrade this laptop to 2.5 gigabits. Because if you buy that switch and plug this laptop into the Ethernet port, you're limited to 1 gig. Sophie has just multiplied the speed by, increase the speed from 1 to 2.5 gigabit. We have the Dub 2315, which also does the same thing. The Dub 2315 has a slight advantage in that it's USB-C and it comes with a USB-A to C adapter.
Okay.
So if you have an even older laptop than I do, like Sophie's, Sophie doesn't have USB-C, she now has a USB-A adapter. You just simply plug that. That's the addition. That's the difference between this model and that model.
I need that then.
You would need this to add 2.5 gigabits to your.
Should I just say,
Apple Mac.
One moment, please.
2 hours later.
This is my laptop, and my laptop is probably about 15 years old. Embarrassingly so, but still, it works perfectly well. But the problem is, it only has the old USB ports on it.
Yeah.
And most connections now use USB-C.
Yeah.
So if you buy this, this will do the whole job for you.
Yeah, and
it's brilliant.
It's future-proof as well if you get a newer laptop, because you still have the USB-C option on there. This one's USB 3.0 as well, so you get the added speed of USB 3.0 over the older 2.0 standard.
So in it goes.
There you go. And now your Mac is ready for a 2.5 gigabit input. If you plug that,
and that will improve.
That'll improve the networking speed. It won't make your computer any faster.
No,
it will just improve the speed of the internet, the accessible, the streaming speed, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, that is fantastic. I might have to steal these before I go home. Okay, great, thank you. Now we are going to talk about this very small, perfectly formed Wi-Fi 6 USB adapter. Let me take it out of the box and Alan's going to tell you all about it.
So in the same way as in the last segment, we talked about adding 2.5 gigabits to your machine in order to speed it up and make the internet more faster, basically. Yeah. This will add Wi-Fi 6 to any Windows laptop.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work with Macs.
Right.
But this will speed up the internet access, upgrade you to Wi-Fi 6, give you all of the added security and benefits that come from Wi-Fi 6 in a dongle.
But do you need a laptop that enables Wi-Fi 6? Is a laptop enabled already?
The laptop is enabled for Wi-Fi. It will have a built-in card, but only the most recent laptops will have built-in Wi-Fi 6.
Right.
Some now come with added built-in Wi-Fi 6E, which is a slightly later standard, but there are so few devices that support 6E, it's probably just worth going to 6 and then stopping.
Okay.
The gap between 6E and 7 is due to come next year, so 6E seems like a bit of a bridge, and not that many devices actually support 6E. So we've stuck with 6 for now.
So this will upgrade your laptop?
It will upgrade the wireless speed of your network to a Wi-Fi 6 standard. It's AX1800.
Great.
So it will give you over a gigabit down. It's about 1.2 gigabits in terms of speed because of the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz spectrum. So this will do up to about 1.2 gigabits on the 5 gigahertz spectrum.
What's the benefit of using something like this over something like this?
Well, this gives you more freedom.
You can just move about with this,
You can plug this into the machine here, be on the Wi-Fi, walk around and still be connected with Wi-Fi 6 speeds wherever you go, and the added security.
I like this. I think I want one of these. This looks good.
Yes, it's a good little device. It's very popular, and it will just give you a very, very good upgrade. So for instance, at home, I work in my second bedroom as my office, and there's no way that I can run a wire through. I could have an extender in my second room, but I'm literally backing on to the front room where the router is. So I use one of these and work off the wireless, and that gives me that extra speed, that extra file download. And when I'm working in the office, I have my extender in the other bedroom, which is right down the other end of the flat, so that I can get a lovely constant 4K down from Netflix on the TV in the bedroom.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
So this is good. You can have this wherever you go. Take this on holiday.
This feels like something everybody should have, really.
It's a very good
device. It feels like something that everybody would need, especially with people working remotely, hybrid working.
Comparing the cost of this device to buying a new laptop,
what are we talking about cost-wise?
It flitters around £45
Fantastic.
just to upgrade, and a new laptop with Wi-Fi 6 built in will set you back £800 to £900.
This is awesome.
So,
okay.
A good stopgap, good for an older machine. It will work on a desktop as well.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, you said it doesn't work for Macs, which is annoying, so I'm out.
No.
But if you've only got a USB-C,
you can get USB-C to USB-A adapters, or transitioning on, Sophie, great transition.
That's what I thought.
You can get a USB-C hub.
This is what I'm saying, right. Brilliant.
So the USB-C hub really is the edge of your network. What's the USB-C hub got to do with a presentation about Wi-Fi? Well, we're talking about connectivity. We're talking about a network, and a network is all of your devices connected up and working in the best way possible. And a USB-C hub is the best way to do that with today's ultra portable laptops, pretty much eliminating all of the ports on them, apart from the very lightest port, which is the USB-C hub.
I see.
USB-C has so many brilliant, really good functionality from USB-C. So this USB-C hub,
let's have a look.
Believe it or not, Sophie, when I go on holiday, I have a quite a powerful gaming PC laptop. When I go on holiday, I'm not taking my brick of a power supply with me. I'm taking that.
Wow.
Because that will replace my brick of a power hub, and I can use...
What do you mean?
Well, I can use PD 3.0. These all have PD 3.0 built into them.
What's that?
Power delivery 3.0. And this will allow a 60-watt charge to power up my laptop.
Right.
So I can leave my big heavy brick at home when I go on holiday and just take this and plug it into a basic plug USB-C port. Right. So you can use one of the USB PD 3.0 ports on the machine. It's a really great device, as well as adding all of the other ports on the front there. So HDMI, 2 USB 3.0s, and this one has got 2 SD card readers, and very handily as well, it replaces the USB-C port, so you can plug another USB-C lead into this end of it, so you don't lose the USB-C port. So that port there, that would be where I plug in my USB-C cable, and I can use that to charge the laptop.
Actually charges it?
It actually charges the laptop and adds all those ports in.
Does that work with a Mac?
Potentially, yes. You'd have to check your version, check your Mac supports PD 3.0.
Yeah,
that's the limiting factor. Your laptop has to support PD 3.0.
That's great.
Most new ones do.
So when you say power your laptop, you're talking about actual battery power?
Charging it up.
Does this need to be pre-charged?
No. you basically plug this into the USB-C port.
I'm asking silly questions, people, because I
No.
just think this is brilliant.
And then all you would do is you would use one of the ports on the front here,
Yeah.
plug that into a USB cable, one of the ones that you would use to charge your phone, for instance,
Okay.
and then plug that USB-C cable into the wall.
Right.
So you can either do that, you have the extenders or the strips that have USB-C ports in them, or you just plug it into a USB-C plug and use a normal plug socket. So to conclude, the very last piece that we're recommending for your network is this USB-C hub. We've talked about the possibility of charging your laptop through it.
Brilliant.
Even if you don't have a laptop that charges, you probably have less ports than you'd like.
Yeah.
Mouse, keyboard,
Great.
SD cards, HDMI on there as well. A lot of laptops don't have a HDMI.
That's great.
To plug into your screen at home.
Yeah.
Because we're very big on, the world's very big on remote working now, and not enough people use a monitor.
Yeah.
The HDMI gives you no reason to not have a monitor and work
It's great.
with two screens and work with a proper setup.
And you know what? And it feels like good quality too.
They're made of aluminium, and the reason for that is similar to what we talked about with the switches earlier, is that metal dissipates heat better than plastic.
Yeah.
So you can see a lot of low-cost USB hubs on Amazon. Some will be a lot less than these. They won't have the PD 3.0 functionality, and they'll get very, very hot. So the likelihood of them lasting as long when they're made of plastic is very low.
Okay,
So.
that's fantastic. If you can see us behind all these beautiful boxes, you will know that we have now presented to you the full Eagle Pro
Mesh systems.
mesh ecosystem.
Well, it's basically analogy, because we've covered the table with internet, and these will cover your house with internet. So, so we put everything out in front because we want to basically show the options that you have within the mesh ecosystem. So,
yes, talk us through each product and how they would work in your home.
well, when we talked about the Aquilas, the Aquila range will extend out to have as extensive options as Eagle Pro. But Eagle Pro is very much the now, and Aquila is very much coming soon. So what we've got at the front here, we've got two routers, R15, R32.
Yeah.
R15 is the budget model, the entry level model, Wi-Fi 6 AX1500. So in the previous segment, we talked about the Wi-Fi 6 dongle.
Yeah.
Get the dongle for your laptop, get this router, and you're charged up with Wi-Fi 6.
Fantastic.
This will provide about 300 foot worth of coverage.
Wow.
Which is...
So that's bigger than the average house, I would suggest.
Yes. That's 300 foot within tests, without any insulation, without bodies of water, without interference.
Great.
So this will cover, we would recommend a router for a small flat, to be perfectly honest, because even though it will cover 300 foot, there's degradation at the edges, obviously. So you put this in the center of your flat, maybe right in the corners, in the furthest bedroom away, the signal might not reach. So that's the beauty of mesh. So everything you see on the table here all works together.
Fantastic, I love that. And so in terms of this one, what does this one do?
Well, you've bought a router.
Yeah.
You're in a 2-story house.
Yeah.
You can buy an extender.
Yeah.
And that will mesh your network upstairs. So there's a difference between extending, which we talked about at the very start. When you had the modem and router example, Sophie, that product wasn't mesh.
No.
So that product, the extension of that will be half the speed. This product will extend with minimal drop-off.
Brilliant.
You can never say full, because you might get, let's say for instance you've got 65 coming in, this might get 65, that might get 64. So there will be a small drop-off.
You'd barely notice it.
You would barely notice it, but what you would notice is the difference with just having that in a 2-story house, because this will drastically improve the connection of all the devices upstairs.
That's great.
So that's one option.
Yeah.
And the other option is the M15.
Yes.
So the M15 is a 2-node mesh system. So the beauty of these is that both these systems look the same. And Sophie was talking about aesthetics when it comes to Aquila Pro. Some people don't like these external antenna.
I do not.
Even though in the world of antennas, external is always better than internal, some people would rather have something that's slightly more aesthetically pleasing. So that's the beauty of the 2-mesh system. This will integrate within your home a little bit easier than having these devices.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got somewhere to hide, if you can put this behind a TV, if you don't want it on display, this will always give you slightly superior signal because of the external, but this is a very, very good replica of that. And you get 2 units in this. So the first unit will become your router. So you will plug that into your modem or your router and modem after you've disabled the wireless or then put it into modem only mode. And then the other one, you take it upstairs and it will extend the signal upstairs in very much the same way as the extender does.
So, and all these will work together?
All of these work together.
That's
so
great.
If you buy a router and you buy an extender and then you move house, for instance, you go to a 3-story house, you can buy another extender, you can buy a two-prong mesh. These will literally become more powerful extenders than that one. And the big guy at the back here, this is the big guy. This is the AX3200. So I should have said this one over here. This is AX1500. This is the entry level mesh. The big boy level mesh, AX3200. Pardon me, these have even more coverage. So this is the, is this the 3 units? This is the 3 units.
Yeah.
So the 3 units will cover up to 740 square meters, which is
huge.
Which is huge.
It's amazing.
The 3 units is perfect for maybe a bungalow that's spread out over a long distance. It's very useful for a 2-floor house if you want signal in the garden, because maybe your Wi-Fi comes in the hallway. You can have 1 unit in the hallway, and then you can put 1 unit in your conservatory or in your living area that will extend out into the garden.
I was going to ask you about that.
And the other unit upstairs. So
this is a good idea. I think making the point about a bungalow is actually brilliant, because my mum and dad live in a bungalow and they have terrible coverage, and this could be for them.
Bungalows are often kind of misshapen and spread out over a sort of larger area.
And have very thick walls.
That's just what I was going to say. They're often built to an older standard.
Exactly.
So something like this system would improve across a bungalow markedly, because people think, this is fine. And what will happen is people will upgrade their internet. Let's say you've got an ISP and they say to you, oh, upgrade to fibre for £5, but they don't send you any extra equipment.
You're still going to get lack of coverage.
Exactly. You've got more speed coming into an old router. You really need to look at updating it. And as we said at the start, you don't need to upgrade your modem. Your modem is your modem. All it does is translate the signal.
Just the router and your and a potential
router.
Coverage device like these.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah. It's like it's almost like you put more into the system, but you don't upgrade the output of the system and you expect it to do better. Well, it's pretty much going to do the same as
my feeling is that most people probably opt for these plug-in extenders.
Yeah, they're
over
very unintrusive.
Over this type of thing, because I think they look at this and think, this looks a bit complicated. Can I do it? Do I need it? I'll just go for something a little bit smaller, which is great. But actually, you know, this is not complicated to install. It's super easy. We've done a YouTube video out on setting it up, so you can watch that.
Yeah.
But it's just super simple, and you know, you're going to get brilliant coverage across the whole house.
Well, that's the beauty of using a company like D-Link maybe over some of our competitors, is that we have bespoke apps for all of our products, and Eagle Pro has its very own app.
Yeah.
It's all built within an ecosystem. It's got 2 different modes. So you've got the app, which is more suitable for a novice user, and then you can log in via your PC directly into the router and change those advanced settings if you're an advanced user. So you have to go to the PC to play around with the advanced settings, because the app is kept light for the light person.
Okay.
It's only advisable if you mess around with the advanced settings, if you know what you're doing, or if you watch a video like our videos that explain what all the settings mean and what the changes that you're doing will occur.
Perfect.
Dead easy on the Eagle Pro app to set up a guest network.
Yeah.
The beauty of a guest network is you can just say to anybody who comes around. A lot of people have those chalkboards that have their Wi-Fi password on, so you can come to my house. That's the guest network.
Yeah.
You're not on my main network. I'm keeping you separate. You're not bringing your Trojans and all the other things
cafes
outside.
and restaurants.
Yeah.
Or...
Cafes will set up a guest Wi-Fi, and a lot of people will set up guest Wi-Fis at home just in case somebody's bringing some malware from somewhere else. It won't affect your network.
That's great.
With a lot more people working from home, security really is a bigger consideration, and a guest network is
good idea.
It's dead easy to set up on the app. Parental controls, which we've talked about before.
Great.
The ability to turn the internet off at night so your kids aren't up playing
It's
with their
so
phone
good.
at 4 a.m. in the
And
morning.
I think most people as well, like it would stop people from being on their phones before they go to bed.
Yes.
Which is bad.
And the other side, just the very last thing, is voice control.
Yeah.
So integration within your smart home. There's going to be a lot of movement in the smart home space when we start to talk about Matter, which we'll probably talk more about moving forwards.
Yeah.
But the integration of voice, so you can ask your Google or your Alexa or your Apple Home Kit to reset the router, to set up parental controls and do all those kind of things. And
so good to be able to do that by voice.
It's very useful. It's an underused feature that we're trying to get more awareness of.
I love it. I think it's a really good idea. Thank you so much. This is really exciting. Okay.
I think what we've done is we've built a network from scratch.
Or if you want to find out more, get in contact with the D-Link team. If you want any advice online, you can go to technical support, and we're always here to help you answer any of your questions. And get out there and buy some. It's brilliant.
Available at Amazon and all other good e-tailers and retailers. eu.dlink.com for any more information about our products. Don't hesitate to contact us for any more needs. Thanks, Em.
Thank you.
Bye now.